What's going on, Wolfman fans? I've got some things to say. And these are things that a lot of people are already saying. If you scroll through social media long enough, you'll see these things. But we need to say it louder. We need to, as the American people, make our voices heard so that it's clearly understood across the board how this shit works. I'll say again, like I said in all my other videos, this is not intended for people under the age of 18. Though I do think that if there are any parents out there watching, you need to teach your children these lessons. That being said, it's not okay for the police to get away with killing a man that they already had detained. They already had the man on the ground. Why did you feel the need to kneel on his... Why would you kneel on his neck to begin with? That's dangerous. You risk killing the guy. It's not okay. Police departments around the U.S. should be policing their own and making sure shit like this doesn't happen. The police's job is to protect and serve the people, not to threaten their lives. I don't agree with the fact that there's people out there that are scared of police and are afraid that at a moment's notice, at the drop of a hat, they're going to get killed by the police. But it's shit like this that makes them think that. Excuse me. On the other end of the spectrum, you want justice for somebody who was wrongfully killed by the police. We're behind you 100%. Until you thought the appropriate response was burning down your own damn city. This is the kind of thing that makes police paranoid. This is a never-ending cycle of violence and hatred. Police are scared as hell to have to go out and deal with the public and are just highly more likely to take the wrong actions out of fear and possibly kill people. And at the same time, people are so afraid of cops that they openly speak out against them, to the point where when something goes down, their response is up the ante. Look, here's the deal. Police, fix your shit. Any police officer that kills somebody for any reason, there needs to be an investigation as to why. Why did that police officer have to draw their weapon? Why did they pull the trigger? Something like that. I thought that body cams would solve that, but I guess not. I guess we're not all using body cams. Luckily, this day and age, there's enough bystanders standing around who are ready to put stuff on the internet at a freaking moment's notice that body cams don't necessarily need to be used anymore, really. But here's the thing. You need to be looking into why this incident took place. I thought police reporting, having a written report of the incident and exactly what happened, investigating and talking to witnesses and stuff like that, I thought that was standard police procedure. People in the DA's office said there's not enough evidence to really do anything about the guy. The evidence was him on video kneeling with his knee on this guy's neck until he died. What do you mean there's not enough evidence? He killed the dude. And that guy should be punished for his actions. No questions asked. I 100% agree with that statement. On the other hand, The appropriate response to a failure in justice is not by rioting, looting, committing arson, doing violence to other people. There's been videos released of these people that are looting and rioting and stuff, beating the hell out of an old woman, like attacking an old woman who was in a wheelchair. Why would you do that? Why would you think, well, the cop didn't get arrested, he didn't get in trouble, so I'm going to go burn down an AutoZone? How does that make sense? That's like me getting caught in a hit and run incident. Somebody slamming into me and taking off and saying, well, I'm mad because we can't find the guy that hit my car, so I'm going to go burn down the Walmart. How does that make sense? It's just an angry, irrational action. And now, the job of the police and the justice system in that city is going to be even harder because now they have so many other problems to deal with. You want justice? This isn't the way to do it. Not by making things harder. And here's the thing. I don't know what happened with the guy that got killed. I don't know what he did to get arrested. If he did something stupid that led to him being arrested, he shouldn't have done what he did. That doesn't excuse him being killed, especially since I saw the video, he was on the ground. He was telling the officer he couldn't breathe. That officer needs to be held accountable. I agree with that. But our support of your cause, of your protest, ends at the looting, at the rioting, at the arson. It ends. People are upset with President Trump because he made some comments about this, saying that when the looting starts, the shooting starts. That sounds like some stuff that one of these, gun-toting, flag-waving, backwoods, yeehaw dudes would say. And for the average citizen, it might be okay to say that. If the looting starts and your business is threatened, fine. Does anybody remember the roof Koreans during the LA riots? That's exactly their thought process. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up roof Koreans. You'll see what I mean. It's not okay for the president to say that. So I doubt Trump watches this at all, watches my channel. But in the off chance that somehow anything that I'm saying can possibly get around to him, I have a suggestion for you, Mr. President. I don't want to see you fail, your presidency fail. In the time, I am aware that in the time that you have been in office, there have been some great changes to this country. There's things that have gotten so much better, so many good things that have been done. But it's progress, but that kind of progress can be so easily destroyed by a few misspoken words. Anybody that has ever served in the military can tell you, you can do so many good things, you take 100 steps forward, misspeak one time, and you just took 200 steps back. It was said to me by one of my lieutenants, a very wise statement. You could build a million bridges in life, but you fuck a goat one time, you're a goat fucker for the rest of your life. That's something you, Mr. President, need to understand. Don't get off Twitter and stop talking out of your ass. You're doing fine. The things you're doing politically are fine. People can talk all day long about, well, he's racist, well, he's sexist, this, and this. They can make their inane, stupid, finger-pointy comments all they want. CNN is going to continue to lie and say crazy shit. But you can't just come out and say things like that. You have a higher obligation than the average citizen to maintain maintain that level of decorum and professionalism. So, my message to the American people: we need to go through official channels and do our due diligence to call out the immoral practices that we see happening with police departments. I'm not saying all cops are good. I know a lot of cops, and all the ones I know are particularly good. But I don't know every cop. And every cop I've ever talked to has always said the same thing. In every police department, there's good cops and there's bad cops. So, police, you need to keep an eye out on your own departments. And if you've got cops out there doing the wrong thing, you need to fix that. Citizens of the United States, if we see that publicly, police doing the wrong thing, we need to go through appropriate channels to make sure that our voice is heard and justice is served. It doesn't mean burning down your city. You don't gain anything from destroying your own home. You don't. I'm sorry. Somebody came into your driveway and stole your car, and the police couldn't do nothing about it. Right away, anyways. So your choice was to burn down your own house? That'll show them. No. It shows that you're unstable and you need to be locked up. Fighting violence and crime with more violence and crime is not a good answer. It's not how it works. You want to make this you want this justice system to work, you need to make it work. We as the people of the United States have greater power than just destroying our own cities. That just makes us look stupid. Every one of you idiots in fucking Minneapolis who are doing all this crazy, every one of you are dumb as hell. And honestly, some of you out there, I know damn well, are using this as an excuse. You're using this as is your excuse to run and get a new TV. Or get a new whatever. Get free shit. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I've seen the fucking videos of people running in and out of Target just jacking shit. Are you protesting? Or are you just trying to get away with getting some free shit? Ain't right ain't right. That's all there is to it. Illegal is illegal. Yeah. Black man died at the hands of the cops. He should go to prison. But every one of you that decided you're going to loot in protest, you should go to prison too. You should go right behind him to prison. Anybody that burned down stuff should go right to prison. Oh, and by the way, I also saw videos of these random dudes that are walking around dressed in all black, with their hoods up, wearing these full face mask, respirators, very much trying to hide their identity, walking around, and they'll walk up to the business, bust the windows open, and then walk away, or set up the scenario for a fire, whatever the case may be, and then just walk off all calm like nothing happened. And there's been people claiming that these dudes are cops in disguise. I don't believe that for 1 second. My message to anybody in Minneapolis, or anybody anywhere really, if you see that kind of thing happening in the midst of some chaos, you see somebody that's nonchalantly walking around trying to add to that chaos and, put fuel on the proverbial fire, beat that fucker down. because he's not helping the situation. He's trying to make it worse and trying to make you, as an individual, as a citizen, look worse. Beat that bitch down. Personally, I think these are. I would cast my vote for these being Antifa. Those dudes have been suspiciously quiet for a while now. You can't tell me they just all up and went home. Especially since this whole COVID thing's been kicking off, they've had plenty of extra time. They didn't seem to be worried about wasting time doing the things they were doing back when everybody was working. It would seem to me like this time when everything's shut down, like they would have a lot more time to get things done. So I would cast my vote for Antifa personally. Plus black hoodies and shady stuff like that is right up their alley anyway. But look, as I said, if you see that kind of thing, beat that fucker down. He's out there openly destroying your shit. Don't burn down your own cities. Don't loot. Don't riot. It serves no purpose. All it does is destroy your own town. That's all it does. Police, hold your own accountable. I don't give a damn what skin color they are. I don't care. The American people are watching. And in this day and age, it's not just the local population. It's the world watching. It's the entirety of America. It's the entirety of the world. Everybody in the world can see what you are doing, or in this case, not doing. So even if for nothing else, just to save face, clean up your act. Clean up your people. If you got one dude out here that's got, couple dozen complaints on him for excessive force, I don't care how close he is to retirement or anything like that. I don't care if he's been an officer for 20, 30 years. If he's got a couple dozen complaints and then he ends up killing a guy by doing some stupid bullshit by kneeling on his neck, basically strangling the guy in public. There were witnesses. Pull his badge, throw him in prison. That's that easy. And then maybe you won't have to worry about your city being burned down. People, stop burning down your cities. Regardless of why you think you needed to do it, stop doing it and the police won't be so damn jumpy. There's a lot of solutions. There's a lot of solutions that can be, that can fix all these problems. There's a lot of solutions to these problems. Point in case, it just requires everybody to stop being a fucking idiot. Stop being a fucking asshole. Honestly, I wouldn't have cared if when you saw that happening. I saw the video. There were people standing around. If somebody had pulled a gun and shot that cop, or at the very least, ran over there and fucking tackled his ass to get him off that dude's neck, I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have given a damn. Violence against a cop, I believe, is completely justified if that cop is doing something wrong. You can go to court and you can argue your case. You're going to have a lot of witnesses, a lot of people backing you up. Honestly, that's all I got. Some of you people are just outright ridiculous. Don't blame Trump. Trump is just, in this whole situation, the only thing Trump's guilty of is talking out his ass. Don't blame him. He didn't kill the dude. He didn't start the fires. Y'all did. Police, you killed a guy wrongfully. You straight up murdered a guy. Citizens of Minneapolis, you fucking burned down your own city. So for all you people out there saying this is all Trump's fault, go fuck yourself. You're stupid. You're just looking for another reason to fucking point a finger at the president. Honestly, I'll call the president into question saying, hey, maybe that statement was stupid. Maybe you shouldn't have said that. But I'm not trying to find reasons to see him fail. just so we can get fucking Joe Biden into office, because you know that's who would win if Trump doesn't, is Joe Biden. Biden is crooked, and I'm not saying that for no reason. There's evidence. There's evidence proving he's crooked. Hell, the man's been in politics for 40 goddamn years. He's made fuck tons of money. He got his son with no damn experience or relative qualifications for energy production, a high level like CEO job at a fucking energy company in the Ukraine that he subsequently stole a bunch of fucking money from. And then Joe Biden, using his influence, got the prosecutor fired so that his son didn't get in trouble. I don't want somebody that crooked in the presidency. I don't. So, if for nothing else, Trump is at least the lesser of two evils in this case. You really want Trump to stay? Or do you really want Biden? I mean, you honestly, you tell me what you want. You can have this entire country turn into a fucking liberal hellscape that's nothing but people being broke, poor, and the government stealing from them. Or you can go with Trump, who's actually actively, and this is factual, we've seen evidence of it, he's trying to give back to you. It's your choice. But it's not his fault that Minneapolis burned to the ground. It's not his fault that a black man got killed. So, I guess that's all I have to say. I hope you extrapolated something from my inane ramblings. But that's all I got. So, hope you guys are having a great day and going into an awesome weekend. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, you guys take it easy. Later.